Hello, hello. Welcome to another Midnight Talk. Sorry that it's extra dark, but hopefully you can just follow my black ass in the dark, right? Unless maybe you want to see me. Hello there. I never know what to talk about verbatim, like a script or something like that, but just things off the top of my head. Why is it that people, the doomsday preppers, all that other shit, it's just like, don't get me wrong, it's nice to prep up, it's nice to really be ready and on that shit, you know? But you know what's one thing that always surprises me is just like the people that prep for survival against aliens, other people, zombies. What if there's a good, and I mean a really, really good chance of just like, what if those things don't go exactly the way that you think they would go? For starters, with aliens, I'm gonna be completely honest. Any extraterrestrial life or some shit like that, we're not gonna be ready for it. You wanna know why? Nobody knows what the hell we're gonna go against, and it's not gonna be the conventional shit that we see in the movies. How do I know that? I don't. But it makes perfect sense. Why would it not make perfect sense? We can sit here and lambastize about, oh, it's going to be this type of alien. This type of alien. They're going to be friendly. Nobody knows what the hell we're going to get with aliens, so. And then against other people. Other people are very unpredictable. You could be prepped up to the max, but there's always going to be that one thing that you just don't, excuse me, counter for or you ready yourself for. For example, what if you run out of all your supplies? You're eventually going to have to go out. Or let's say, maybe there's one thing that you didn't look towards. There's always something that we just haven't really like seen or looked at, you know? Like a relationship, you could do everything right and it could still go wrong. Got some personal experience with that. I'm still reeling from it and projecting, but that topic's for another day. And then we have zombies, my personal favorite. I'm gonna keep this green thing here just in case you see it. If you made it this far into the video, just type in green ring. You can type it any way you want to, but it just lets me know that you've made it 3 minutes and 10 seconds in. But there's zombies, right? Sorry if my breathing is a little bit ragged. Apparently my airways and stuff are clogged up, and yeah. Having asthma on top of that is not fun. But back to zombies, my personal favorite. There's no way in hell we're ever going to be ready for zombies. They could be special zombies, they could be regular zombies, and no matter what you do, let me be completely honest with you. We don't know how fast they could turn. And one more thing, two things that all of y'all have to be ready and prepared for. Can you put down a zombie child? Can you put down a loved one? If the answer is no, I don't think you can survive. Because see, here's the thing. It could be an illness or something that only hits adults. It could be an illness that probably hits only children. There's so many factors to a zombie apocalypse that is so heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, to where it's just massimonous amounts of depression. Would you probably end up ending your life before anything else, or just would you keep going on? Like, what if there is literally no cure? I hate being pessimistic, but these types of things really do. By asking more questions, we just sit here and it's just the more and more deeper you go into it, you're like, shit. Sure, what if it is slow zombies, but what if the only way to take them out is through literally the head? I would hate to waste like a bunch of ammo aiming for center mass thinking it's going to put down this one thing, and then I end up getting banged by a zombie. Shoot, for all we know, they could be horny zombies. What if they fuck you to death, literally? The zombies could literally go for small dicks. I know all black people are safe, but that's besides the point. With zombies, it's just like the people who have no morals and ethics are going to thrive. And that brings up another thing that I genuinely would love to go into. Why is it that having morals and ethics decide to just... they do something wrong to you, right? Why is it whenever I do the conventional everything right? I know a lot of you guys are feeling this, right? Why is it when I do everything right, this, that, and the third, it still feels wrong? Why is it when I do exactly what society tells me I should do, this, that, and the other stuff, I still feel wrong? I have no fulfillment. I have no genuine purpose from it. And I know that my purpose is helping and serving those people with whatever I'm doing, but on a personal and a very selfish level, I don't feel it. I feel nothing. To me, I am nothing. To everyone else, I am something. And you know what? That's pretty cool. I'm glad I can help out and be there, do all types of things for you in every single way, but just why is it whenever I decide to do stuff for myself, everyone then clamors, and it's just like they're happy and excited at first, like, oh my god, he's actually doing it for himself, and later on it's just, hey, I'm gonna need you to end up doing what you're doing for yourself for me and stuff like that. And I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. Or sometimes some people might even go like, hey, that's wrong. It's just, why is it no matter what I do, I feel like it's wrong, so it just ends up becoming a damned if you do and damned if you don't situation, you know? Like living life on your own terms type shit. I'm not even harming. I'm not even doing nothing bad to anybody. Shit, I'm not even doing any bad to myself if that's the case. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Just drink or eat something, you know? Damn it, I just reminded myself now. I know I should probably cut this part of the video out, but I feel like going and getting like a croissant breakfast sandwich. If you want to take this moment to just process everything that I just said, I'll be right back with you in about 30 seconds to a minute. But since I got this headset on, and some of you are probably still going to want to listen, that is exactly what we'll do. But back to the topic of pretty much going out, and you're going out into the world, you're making your own path, you're making your own whatever you want it to be. It is scary. It really and truly is. What if the path, what if where you're going with things is just you're the only person doing it? Let that sink in. For example, I'll even use myself, right? For example, I've wanted to open up a t-shirt thing. I wanted to, well, a t-shirt, not t-shirt thing. I wanted to open up a clothing business, right? I wanted to basically be what my mom did before she had passed away, essentially. And I've ironically been following in her footsteps without even noticing. Let me come back into the room. Let me set like a 2-minute timer. Okay, here we are, we're back. Hello there. I'm gonna have to go back to go get my sandwich, so at least you can see me now. Right back to what I was talking about. I've wanted to be a streamer and basically follow up in my mom's footsteps of being like a digital marketer, just something tech wise, because she was able to make websites. She was able to do like a lot of this digital stuff before it became big and massive, you know? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go into a side tangent. I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick because I know like y'all hearing me breathe is a little bit annoying. Sometimes you just gotta breathe. Just really just breathe. Sorry, I blow your ears. Okay, my sandwich is almost done. Cool. Let's just pop it out now. Ooh, that's hot. That's like a hot and ready little Caesar's pizza right there. Let's get something to drink too. Another bottle of water, please. All right. Sorry for the delay. We're right back. I just got really hungry, and apparently I talked myself into being hungry. But on the bright side, at least we're a little bit more active now. Now then, right back to it. Yeah, I miss my mom. I'm about to be 22, and it's weird. As a guy, you're told growing up you're not supposed to express emotions. You're supposed to be the strong, stoic rock because people look up to you. People rely and depend on you to basically be this big, brolic, masculine motherfucker. Everyone depends on me, but I'm gonna be honest. I'd like to be able to depend on somebody. I'd like to have someone in my corner, and many times I've had that. And either I chased it away because of my own volition, or due to some unforeseen circumstances on both parties, they end up passing away. I have almost ended my life very recently, but who we I'm just glad that if I wasn't here and my brothers had called me that night, how haunting that would have been. This is a good ass sandwich. If you wanted to take a look at it, I mean, ain't too much to it, but it's simple. Something effective. Losing a parent is, personally for me, it's just, it's a lot. And for a long time, I feel like I've lost a lot of my meaning to actually live, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel that way sometimes too. You learn to carry on, you experience life, or shit, sometimes you let life experience you. I mean, shit. But you still carry on. You can't tell right now, but my eyes are closed. I'm just imagining if she was still here, how different life would be right now, but you gotta deal with what you got and make that work. Am I sad a lot of the time? To be fair and honest, yes, I am, but I try not to let it get too much to me because if I stay too negative for too long, that's whenever horrible ideations and things start coming in. So to counteract that, I keep my mind busy, channeling all that anger, all that negativity, just into something productive and positive, just either making you laugh, feel something nice, just whatever it might be, you know? Sorry, my brain is kind of fizzled out, but like I said, these talks right here really mean a lot to me. I used to hold off on doing this a whole lot because I would think that people wouldn't care, but remember what I said the other day about if you don't care, why would you expect anyone else to care? Truth is, I do care. I used to be afraid of what people thought and shit like that, but then you realize that if they don't understand, or if you're not able to pronunciate or give your side, whatever it is, for them to understand, then all we can do is essentially try. When I get into arguments, whatever the hell, with people, I don't do it to win. I want them to be able to understand my side, and I want to be able to understand their side. Because it's not a matter to me of winning, it's just I want to know what's really going on, you know? I used to think that if I held on to those that I loved so much that they really wouldn't go anywhere, they wouldn't leave, they wouldn't have all this negative stuff happen, but the longer I held on, I realized that I was harming them. Some things you truly have to let go, and here's the thing. Am I a bad influence in some regards? Yes. But essentially, I don't drink. I don't do any extreme stuff besides maybe some dangerous stuff, as in, like, shit, I really can't say that, but I don't put people in danger besides myself because I'm like a thrill seeker. Shit. This sandwich is really fucking good. I'm gonna be honest. I almost choked. I always have a lot on my mind, but if you've also made it this far into the video too, what topics would you like me to go into? What things would you like me to talk about? I'd like to be able to get into just any and everything. I wouldn't want it to be just the confines of my mind, because it can either be extremely great or extremely just, you reach that level to where it's just, you thought that going down was bad, but that's just the prelude to all that shit, the pre-sequel, you know? I try to live for the now instead of like the future, in the past. I can still live for the future too, but it just seems like too many things keep going out of whack, and I just sit there like, what the fuck? The only things I want to fix right now is my finances, but every fucking time I get paid. Well, not every time, but for example, this is gonna sound really dumb, but especially with what I'm trying to do, streaming and stuff like that, and I'm mainly like a console gamer, I had to shell out $80 for another fucking controller because I've been had these controllers for about 2 years and some change, but apparently now they said, hey, let's have some horrible fucking stick drift, and I'm just sitting there like, you what? I'm in the middle of playing a game, and my controller, my camera, and my character just starts going doo 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 doo. It's like a Dragon Ball villain doing fucking footsies with his cock up his ass, just going, you can't fuck me, Kakarot. I'm already fucking myself. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta finish this sandwich. Lordy. Like I was saying previously, it sucks that you have to go and pave your own way and you don't know where it ends. You don't know where you're going with it. Or you can follow up in the traditional route of doing your own, of doing what everyone else does and etc. But it's just like, you really ask yourself, do you feel fulfilled with that? Because it's like, this isn't the ideal life that I want, of just working for like 40, 50 years until retirement, then I enjoy life. When I'm like, what? This is going to sound mean, but this is just kind of how I view it. My body wouldn't be able to work as well as it would whenever I was younger. I'm pretty much already suffering this, that, and the other stuff. It's like, yeah, you're older, this is your reward. And honestly, that is a good reward, but I don't want to be old or elderly and then being able to enjoy that, because that, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like that's gonna fuck me up really. And there's so much other shit too that I really don't want to go into. I'm kind of paranoid, because I mean, think about it, you go to fucking Brazil, Jesus Christ, they see an old elderly American couple, they gonna be rubbing their hands together, they gonna extort the fuck out of you. I'm not saying that that will happen, but ooh boy, I love Brazil, but I've seen and heard some nasty shit recently that made me just go, not right now. Absolutely beautiful place. I want to go to Sweden, honestly. I want to go to Sweden out of all places. I feel like Sweden is really, really cool. Also, not to mention, I heard something about that they love chocolate up there, and I love chocolate. So if I can go to like a chocolate factory, like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory or some shit like that, oh, I'm gonna be in heaven. Ooh wee. I got a little bit carried away with that. Let's also see. Yeah, I just don't want to wait until like I'm old to then enjoy life. It's just like, sure, you have more time and stuff, but just shit. Some of us are going to live long lives, some of us are going to live short lives, but it just, what you have right now depends more than anything else. I just don't want to like suffer. Like all the stuff that I could possibly get into, that I'd love to get into, I want to be able to just like, ironically, I'm a very patient person, but me saying this shit makes me look like I'm not. I'm incredibly patient with people, believe it or not. But I'm just sitting here of just like, I want to just afford a house. I just want to be able to. And I know you got to be financially smart and financially literate with that too. And I'm not going to lie. I'm aware of that financial literacy that you have to have. But for my finances to get up to that point and how much that I'll be able to keep with it too is just catastrophic. But I have been working on it. Essentially, every single month I've been able to pay my bills and stuff without fail. And I've also lowered my bills to where they're extremely affordable. And I'm very thankful for that. Another thing too is just where I live at is the minimum wage here is $7.50. So things are relatively more cheaper over here, but you know, the pay and etc. is just, ooh boy. Meanwhile, if you go to like any other place, if that minimum wage does go up, you know, things do become more expensive and etc. to a degree. I'm just, for a long time, this is how I used to think, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, I just gave up on life. When I was 18, I literally gave up on life. My mother passed away. Not shortly, I worked as a machinist for a little bit, and when I was a kid, I wanted to be a machinist growing up, but then I started doing that job, that dream job that I wanted to do, and I was just like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I don't. I cannot see myself doing this for the rest of my life without me ending it early. Sure, it paid some really good fucking money. $15 an hour over here is literally like livable shit. But I just sat there and I was just like, the work, I know people say you're not supposed to enjoy work. You're supposed to be an adult. You're supposed to get rid of all this childish shit or whatever. It's just like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, and I do agree with you. Basically, being an adult. You know what? Fuck that. Why do we subscribe to these fucking conceptualisms of just, to be an adult, you have to be this. To be a man, you have to be, you're a fucking person. You're doing your best to survive. I don't give a fuck about the concept of being a man, of being a fucking adult, of being this, that, and the other shit. You're doing what you have to do to fucking survive. That is why people go out of their way to rob banks, do all this nefarious shit. Maybe this is just some morbid ass shit, but this is just the shit that I've been seeing. The people who have no morals, no ethics, sure, if they get caught, oh, they are fucked. But see, here's the thing, they don't get caught, and even if they do get caught, they have enough stuff supporting them to where, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. All you can do is just point it out and just hopefully nothing happens to you. But the moment you go against the grain, the moment you do this, that, and the other stuff, you already get ridiculed, you get this, that, and the other stuff. But the people that are willing to do anything to get to where they want to get to, you better stay the fuck out of their way. Because I'm slowly, over the course of just all these years, I'm slowly starting to turn into one of those people. And I'm afraid of just what I would need to do to get to where I want to get to. Sometimes you got to stomp on a few necks. Sometimes you got to sell a few souls. Sometimes you got to sell your fucking soul. And it terrifies me because I'm literally in the middle between, I want to be a righteous, good-willed motherfucker, just decent, versus just the I don't care, I would do anything. And it's so just crushing to me because I sit there just like, fuck, you're in the middle. And if you go slightly any more towards this or the other side, especially the no morals and ethics side, oh boy. But it's that innate fear that keeps us away from doing a lot of the things that we want to do. And when you see people go out of their way to just they abandon all that fear and just go into it regardless of how dumb or whatever the hell it is, either we support it fully, we support it in some way, or we just denounce it and we're just jealous or whatever the fuck to some degree of just like, not even jealous, we despise it because it's just either it's against the grain or it's something that someone is doing that you can't even do for your goddamn self. The truth is just, it's crazy, it's chaotic, it's simple. Yet we run away from it. All you have to do is just do it. Like a Nike, like a check mark from Nike, just do it. And that's why I've started doing these talks. Because if I kept putting off the fact that I wouldn't do it, I would have never done it. If you want to learn, if you want to do anything you want to in this world, just start doing it now. Now, I'm going to go on a slanderous arc on all you New Year's motherfuckers. I love y'all. Y'all are great. Y'all are amazing. But I'm going to take a sip of this water and I'm just going to go into y'all. You peons, you absolute peons. You're going to continue your stuff for just like a little bit. Maybe a month, maybe a few months, and then just fall off with it. Maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks. Whatever happens. You don't have to prove me wrong. I don't give a shit. Don't even prove it to yourself. Just bloody do it. Push-ups, for example. Just do 5. Do 1. You can literally just say you've done something for the day. Sorry, I had a burp coming and I kind of held it in. We always wait to do. It's like whenever streaming, right? Streaming's so saturated right now, but the people that sit there be like, I gotta wait to get my equipment. I gotta wait to get this. Let me be completely honest with you. Here's something that I've learned, and I've done this as well. I've waited to get that equipment, and you know what happened whenever I started streaming with it? I was still ass with equipment. It's like a golden polished turd. It's still shit. It's just covered in gold. What do I mean by that? You're not entertaining. You're not this, that, and the other third. You have nothing that makes you stand out. You're still nothing. All of this is just a bunch of... What the fuck was that? Okay, I think my grandpa's up because I just heard like the sensor go off. All you are is that you just have a bunch of flashy good shit with you. Cool, kudos. I hope he doesn't come in a room and be like, are you still up? And I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I am. I don't know why. It's at nighttime I happen to be more active because of just... I think it's probably the trauma. I think it's probably... Yeah, like I said, some of the things I've been through, or maybe my body is just used to that. I don't know. I don't know why that one felt so heavy to just say. But back to like the New Year's people. New year, new me. I don't like y'all. You mean to tell me that last year y'all didn't do nothing about it, but you wait for a new year to do something about it? It'll disgust me. Even if you did it one day before New Year's, I have more respect for y'all than the New Year's people. Because consistency is key. Literally. I'm not saying you have to be in the gym every single day, but let's just say you do 3 days out of the week to do your working out. Do 3 days out of the week to do your working out. Some people think you have to do it every single day. Find something that works for you and then stick to it. And I know that's rich coming from me. I'm going to let y'all know this now. I'm a hypocrite. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. But take it however you will is what I'm trying to say. I have a lot on my mind and I'm going to let it out. The only reason I'm even going off onto like those new me people, I used to be one of those people, and now I'm not. If there's something I want to do, I don't wait. Majority of the time. There's some things that still scare me. There's some things I still procrastinate on. But I've been learning not to, because it's just, once you start doing it, you start realizing it's really not that bad. Or maybe it is that bad. You never know until you just start doing it. I'm actually excited to see what I would look like. I mean, not just the looks, but just I'm excited to see what 10 years from now would be like of my life. Hopefully it's just something decent, something simple. I'm always simple until I choose not to be, you know? Ooh wee. I feel like the video's long, but I'd like to make it just a little bit longer. I still got a lot more on my mind that I just want to say and do. I realize that a lot of gamers, by and large, are just... I love video games, but whenever I look at some of my fellow video gamers, or peers, or whatever the hell you want to call them, they're dumb. They're so fucking dumb, it hurts. It's like elderly people getting on your case about, oh, y'all always rely on technology. My dad used to, no, my dad still does this. He'd be like, y'all rely so much on technology, this, that, and the other stuff, and I'm like, y'all rely on it just as much as we do. So shut up. Jesus Christ. And then, here's the thing that really messes with me, that is annoying. Y'all remember the 90s, the 80s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, just all of that, right? If all of our technology were to like, just rid of completely, which I don't think will happen, there's too much money, there's too much this, that, and the other stuff at stake for them to just completely abandon technology. Oh, what if we get hit with an EMP? Okay, do you know what they'll do? They'll rebuild everything, basically just make it EMP proof until like the next thing comes. There's too much money, there's too much this and the other crap at stake for them to just abandon technology where it's at. That would have to be a last resort type thing. But the people that basically, I don't know why, that just say like, oh, you're nothing without your technology. Oh, y'all wouldn't be this, that, and the other stuff without your technology. Y'all would suffer just as much as us. Cause let's be real, majority of you fucking football dads, y'all niggas would be livid if you can't have your shit. What you gonna do? Walk all the way over to the stadium? No. I mean, that's a stupid analogy, but that's what I got right now. Yeah, are we reliant on technology? Yeah, but it's also served us greatly in some ways, and yeah, it's also been a deterrent of ours in other ways, but it's a double-edged sword, and a lot of people aren't going to come back from it. What I mean come back from it is, why would they get rid of it? I'm just tired of old heads saying this, that, and the other shit, and I'm like, you're going to be relying on this technology just as much, because God, this is going to be morbidly dark. When your old ass decides to reach the ripe old age of like 60 up to 80, 100 and all that other shit, if something happens to you, do you know what you're going to be on? Your fucking smartphone or your flip phone. You're going to be speed dialing either family or the goddamn 911. Do you know what would happen if you didn't have that technology? You would be on the ground, worse than Life Alert, talking about some, what was it, that commercial with that lady? Help, I need Life Alert. Your ass gonna be talking about some, help, I need X, Y, and Z. No, you're gonna be there for the next 12 hours to probably 12 days. Oh, Jesus. Just hope that you ate pretty well. And then all these young people, I'm not gonna lie, we need to be more respectful towards elderly people or just older people. But I do understand that respect goes both ways. I'm gonna tell you that now. Whatever energy you give me is whatever energy I'll give you. Don't be surprised by it. I, for one, am still surprised by people as a whole, but honestly, that's very intriguing to me. But back to the video gamers segment. Gamers are so just... I get that a majority of us play games by and large that have our brains shut off and just have fun. But there are some things where it's just like complex games, like turn-based games, RPG games, or a lot of games that just require fucking reading. Holy shit. The amount of times I've just been chilling doing X, Y, and Z. How do you do this? How do you do that? There are two things that you need to do. When you get a game, when you get a console, whatever the fuck. Read, nigga. Read. Fucking read. Holy shit. Just fuck around and find out. Just mess with things. If you fuck something up, we now live in the age of YouTube. And you mean to tell me you're still... That's like... I'm gonna borrow this line from Kanye West. We go to school, we go to college, and we still stupid. You mean to tell me that you're this fucking... You won't go out of your way to just like... Let's just say... Jarvis. Tell me where the Sucky 9000 is. Off of Amazon. Like, we have to rely on that instead of just going... let me just try to figure out how to spell this shit, and then just put it in. No, that's a horrible ass analogy. I just wanted to make something horrible and funny. But it's just like, oh, you're playing a fucking Dark Souls or an Elden Ring game. Those games are notoriously hard. Notoriously fucking hard. And don't be one of those people that buy into it for the hype and shit like that. Here's the thing, a lot of people don't understand what the fuck they're getting into whenever... I love playing complex or just like games that require you to actually think. That's the type of shit that I have fun in. But if I'm playing a fucking shooting game and you get pissed off that... Here's the thing, right? I see that you have a fucking shotgun. You're either doing two things. You're hunkering down in the area, being a bitch in my opinion, or you're turning into a fucking demon. I'm an aggressive ass nigga. But here's the thing, I play very versatile and I'm a very good adapter. Either you're playing like a fucking demon, just blasting niggas back here, blowing everybody. You're straight up got that, you got that barrel right there up to your nose. You're just sniffing that good shit off that barrel, just going, yat. And you're still booming niggas. You're just going bam, 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 bam. Hey, like I said, with adaptability, do you know what happened in those two situations? If I see you just camping, this is why I love bringing explosives. I'm just gonna blow your ass up. Irregardless if you got flak jacket, whatever the fuck protecting you. Because by the time that, if you're not dead and you're weak, you're gonna be sitting like, yeah, I'm gonna get him when he comes around that corner. I'm just gonna poke my shit, then run back, and you're gonna be like, what? What the fuck he do? There's so many ways. It's like a bunch of combinations you can do. Now, if you're fighting against an aggressive fucker, you can just bait him out. You can just literally bait him out. You can take so many approaches with it. You can get behind them, you can get to the side, you can fake them out. And people still get pissed off. It's like, how? Watch the fucking kill cam, you nerd. Like, holy shit. It's not that hard to outsmart somebody when they have their brain turned off. But not even against like PvP games. It's like, I used to have this friend named Kyle, and I love that guy. But Jesus Christ, he was dumb at some games where it's just like, maybe that's the thing. A lot of things that come very easy to me, my dad used to do this to me, and Like, a lot of things that come easy to me is just like, I would then kind of put that on other people, just like, how the fuck did you not get that? Are you dumb? And it's like, some people genuinely are just working with what they got. So excuse me for just, no, I take that back. Gamers are still fucking dumb. But honestly, I forgive them. They're only working with what they got. I mean, for fuck's sake, try playing Portal. I hate playing purely puzzle games because I'm like, oh, I actually have to use my fucking brain fully. Because fun for me is just like, I still like to have my brain turned on a little bit, and I'm just going around booming the fuck out of shit. Like, I'm the psychopath on the team, essentially. But I can also turn into like a strategic motherfucker. I can literally turn into whatever is needed. I like multiplayer games, I like single player games, but my favorite game of all time is either XCOM or anything that plays like XCOM, especially with a really, really good upgrade and progression system, or anything like Warframe, really. The thing is, a lot of people can't get into Warframe because I'm gonna be honest with you. 50% of the time you're grinding or you're actually reading your fucking screen. And people hate reading for whatever reason. It's like, really? How the fuck did you buy your PlayStation? How the fuck did you buy this and the other stuff? Huh, I hate reading. Yeah, I hate reading some things too. For example, I play games just for the gameplay. Literally. If the story's good enough, like The Last of Us, and the gameplay is good in tandem with that, oh, I'm sticking. I'm sticking, and I'm gonna be crying. I'm gonna be invested. I'm gonna be like all the way in that shit. Although The Last of Us Part 2, yeah, Abby should have iced the Abby should have been iced. She should have been iced. Ellie should have gotten her fucking get back. Went through all that shit. Made me play what, fucking 40 hours just for that ending? I don't want to repeat the cycle. And as fucked up as this is to say, she should have iced the kid. If that was the case. Should have iced that little shit. Like, holy fuck. And I know it's like a beautiful cycle of not repeating that and etc. and all this other shit. What if we go to the third game and then Abby says fuck all of that and it's just like, you killed my friends, you got me banned from my faction. Congratulations. Like really? I don't even know what the fuck the third game might be. I know they're not done with the IP, but still. And then we got Intergalactic. Basically, we got a bald-headed woman. I ain't gonna lie, bald-headed women, as long as they look sexy or whatever the fuck enough, I don't give a shit. I can get behind it. But I'm sitting there trying to figure out what the fuck is your game, a bounty hunter game? Okay, do I get to be like Spike Spiegel? And it's like, oh, you're fighting monsters and shit. I'm like, the fuck is this? Oh, that's another rant for another time. I got 2 new announcements coming up. I'm going to be doing a separate gaming news channel that is also more commentary based. And the Grimmfiend lead channel that I have, I'm going to make that more horror based. That's going to be based off of like storytelling and stuff like that, of just horror. If you want me to talk about anything, like I said at the beginning, excuse me for that, just put in any topics, anything that might be bothering you or just whatever, and I'll get to all of it. I genuinely do. Well, that's enough of the midnight talk. I really do hope you enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever it is. Just stay safe or I'm gonna kick your ass. I won't kill you, but just, I do care for you. I know what it's like to just not feel like you've been cared for, but just, I do care, believe it or not. I especially care if you give me a cinnamon roll or cheesecake. Let me stop before my fat ass gets something to eat again.